booties for black girl nerds.
Thank you, Jeandra, LeBeauf, Black Girl Nerds. Good morning, Elizabeth. It's a pleasure to be with
Hi,
you to discuss this project. It
fun.
it's so cool and it's so unique compared to any of the other stories we've seen with the Marvel universe. And we get to see you play almost like a character within a character.
Yeah.
So what were some of your favorite kind of those retro sitcoms and things? Because it has a very I Love Lucy feels
hmm
and all of those old retros. What were some of your favorites that helped you shape how you wanted to portray Wanda for this installment?
Um, well, when we did a boot camp, so we very specifically in the first episode are referencing Dick Van Dyke and specifically married Tyler Moore as well, with like her wearing pants and things like that in the second episode, and that being such a statement. And then it evolves into Bewitched, and then Brady Bunch, and then Family Ties, and then we go into Malcolm in the Middle era, um, and then Modern Family. So we do travel quite a bit with these sitcoms. The ones that I watched growing up, I loved I Love Lucy and Laverne and Shirley. Um, from the retro times, Laverne and Shirley had just got a kick out of as a kid. I don't know why.
What was also very cool about this is instead of as a viewer kind of being all knowing and anticipating what's going to happen, it's almost like we're seeing it through your eye, through Wanda's eyes, as she moves through this reality that she
Yeah.
is in. How has that been for you instead of the traditional kind of Marvel thing where we know to anticipate the bad guy is coming? Because here we don't know what the bad guy is at all.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what is fun about the whole journey of the show is the tug of war between the sitcom world and the what we know is like the Marvel Cinematic Universe world, and that tension between the two and which world kind of wins out changes throughout our show. I think, as you can see at the end of the third episode, it's quite a different transition, and we do that throughout the show, those kinds of shifts, and it all eventually unravels and everyone has the answers, but it's quite a journey to get to that point.
Mhm. Instead, usually we see Wanda and she's jumping and flying and she's doing all these things. Was it fun to do this type of a feel for an extraordinary persona to do kind of a different type of thing?
It was incredible because she's in her own way is kind of like a fantasy experience, like you said. Um, and it was really fun to just find the monotony, or trying to be normal or trying to be simple within the show. And then at the same time, the other thing that I love doing so much were changing what the powers looked like for each decade and how she would utilize her powers, and what the practical special effect gags were, and having things on string and having actual pictures spinning on a wall. And it was the practical gags were so funny to me and so different. So that was really fun to watch everyone pull that off.
It was super cool. I'm trying not to say too much because I want people to drink their fresh eyes. Thank you so much for your time. Have a wonderful
Thank
day.
you. You too.
Better shake your booties for black girl nerds. Better shake your booties for black girl nerds.